You got me discombobulated. I couldn't hardly push the button. I was all discombobulated.
I'm just
And
saying that's another thing. Like if you're on either side of that profession, that's going to happen probably.
Being discombobulated.
Yes.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah. Well, it's reggae, man. Reggae.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Right near the beach. We're gonna talk favorite reggae songs in just a few. But before that, happy Frank Zappa Day.
Is it Frank Zappa Day? Is that a thing?
That is a thing, apparently.
Oh,
What?
happy Frank Zappa Day! Woo!
Happy Frank
Zappa
Zappa Day.
Day, y'all.
We'll get into that a little bit later in this podcast that we are getting ready to do right now.
Welcome to For Music Lovers Only, a podcast where each host makes a top 5 list of their favorite songs from this week's topic. Each week is a new topic. Tune in, I dare you. Music Lovers Only.
For music lovers only. What is up, everybody? I forgot to push the button again. Good Lord.
Yeah, I was sitting there and I was looking at
recap. Do all of the goofy shit.
Rookies.
I was looking at all the people in the audience, and some of them were horrified, and some of them were titillated. And I'm like, oh my God.
Yes. It in 2007, the mayor of Baltimore declared it Frank Zappa Day because of his musical talents and also his defense of the First Amendment. So, Coach, you can say whatever the fuck you want to say. Partly thanks to Frank Zappa.
Cock.
He did that.
Right there. It's because I started with the wiener thing. I get it.
I couldn't think anything else. I was like, I guess that'll work.
We discombobulated and derailed already.
Yeah, that didn't take very long at all.
2 minutes in. 2 minutes in.
Yeah.
But before they click the button on us, we're gonna talk about reggae music, our favorite reggae songs. And it started like in the 60s as a transformation of swing bands and in Jamaica, and they play on an offbeat, so ska, that's the word I was looking for. Ska, not really the swing bands. But yes, and it's got a lot of Rastafarian influence. So Calypso, and
well, you think like that's all we should do? Me and you would do a show about, since the Rastafarian vibes.
Rastafarians.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Like I said, back in the day when I was playing music, I had the perfect name, and we were talking about it before. I can't remember the original first name, but it was something in the Landlocks, like Sharky and the Landlocks or something.
Well, you never forget the perfect name. So are you sure you had the perfect name?
Yes, I did, but I found broccoli a lot since then, so I may have forgot it.
Yeah, this isn't the perfect name. This is just a tribute.
To the greatest name ever
in the world.
Steel drums, get some steel drums and the offbeats, but yeah.
All right, cool. Sharky and the Land Hearts.
So stay tuned for that. My reggae band, Jammin.
Let me in on it, man. I'll be jamming, man.
And of course, Marley made it, brought it to the mainstream and made it popular. But,
yeah, man. He's the man.
He's the man.
Touring all over the world, trying to save people with love.
Yeah.
That's what I always liked about reggae, was just seriously and I remember I went and seen Josh before the show. We hung out, and he said, I found some sad reggae. And I just like 86, where there was no sad music, he found some. The most happy year in the world, he managed to find down reggae.
Oh my goodness.
And that's what I love about reggae, is you can't find down reggae, but Josh found down reggae.
It was quite easy.
About it today.
It was quite easy. I think they were very loosey-goosey on the term sad in this playlist, but there were some good ones.
Okay.
I've got a couple of them on mine. Just to spice it up my own little way.
I know. You got to, and that's what I think is fun. I mean, you bring and I don't mean it in a bad way, but the darker or the different side or different view, because like even me, I always keep trying. I'm not always a positive person, let's just be honest, but when I try to go find the music I like other than maybe my gangster rap, I don't like it positive.
Yeah.
I like upbeat stuff, man.
Yeah.
The sad stuff makes me happy.
I get it.
One of those.
There's some, I can't say that because there's a bunch of Doors stuff, and there are stuff that I love that is not upbeat stuff, but
Right. I got you. And I bring the inspiration and the one-offs, really kind of jacked up. Do you need help? Sort of music.
And the Naked Men, you have had a couple naked. Well, I guess I brought one naked man.
I haven't thought about him
D'Angelo.
for 15 minutes.
I brought the
you posted
D'Angelo.
about him 3 times since last show.
I love him so much.
What we can't
Lenny,
tell.
check
We
us
can't
out.
tell.
For Music Lovers Only. Sontia, make it happen.
Yeah, holler at this girl.
Holler at me.
All right.
I like fruit.
Yeah.
I don't have to eat meat no more. No, I am so lying. I
That
was
was okay.
Popeyes today. Oh my God, it was delicious. Like they did it so right today.
Did you say you went to Popeyes?
Yeah, I went to Popeyes.
That's where I went for lunch. I bought 3 of my employees Popeyes for lunch today, dude, and I haven't even ate dinner because I don't want it to ruin the Popeyes that I had.
Yeah, it was filling today. Like it tasted better. I went to the one on Hillside. Which one did you go to?
West Street,
Okay.
West Street, and what is that? Central.
Okay, I got you.
That's right it's right by my work. So if you're stalking me,
Hold on, let me write this down.
That's where you'll find me.
Okay. You haven't been home as much lately.
Yeah. But again, that's where that's where I work.
So now I know where you're at.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. Actually, probably I'm at work more than I'm at home if you look at the hours of my life.
All right.
So that's where you'll find me.
That's where you find me. All right.
There we go. I like that picture better. Sorry, I've been preoccupied back here. I mean, I'm listening, but I've just been,
Clicking away. I'm enjoying this weather.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Certainly not island weather, but
Oh man, this morning I could have wore a hoodie and been completely comfortable. It was fantastic.
Yeah.
That's how I know I'm getting old.
Yeah.
Actually, I guess maybe not yet, because old people they like it warm, so maybe that's how I know I'm still young. Boom.
Yeah.
Win coach.
I ain't as old as you thought I was.
Yeah. It was I'm the cold-blooded one. I have anemia. So I just found that out actually. So that makes sense that I'm cold all the time.
I think all women have it, by the way, just to let you know.
Oh, okay. All women have anemia. That's racist.
No,
I don't know what
That would not be racist. You don't call me racist. You call me sexist like I am. I just want to say it now. I am not racist in any way, but I am super sexist. No.
We'll keep that clear.
Okay.
My bad.
I'll just stop talking.
Hey, you got the spinner handy, coach?
Yeah, let's just spin so I stop talking.
You'll probably get it. Oh, I called it. I called it.
This was fun just because honestly, I used to listen, like I told Josh, I used to listen to quite a bit of reggae, but it was a select reggae. But my favorite band, I don't know if we've talked about it ever before, maybe not my favorite performer or favorite artist, but my favorite band's Dirty Heads. So they fall right into the American reggae. Josh, we talked about it. They would not be true form reggae, man, but they got all the drums and the beats and all of the stuff, and especially a lot of their crossover stuff where they perform with the reggae guys. It definitely is, but
definitely grown from just Jamaica. It's
yeah, and I would have classified them honestly before this as more alternative rock with a reggae feel, but they're considered American reggae, so it worked out good. So I've got 5 Dirty Heads. No, I'm just joking. My number 5. This again, it was fun. I got to find a bunch of people I used to listen to, I forgot, but this is by Higher and Slightly Stupid. It's I Like the Way You Roll. And again, it kind of fits what I used to do. I don't do no more, but the party lifestyle I used to live. I like to partake or recreationally use something, and this song's about it, but it's about just the person's vibes, and I like the way you roll. But the beginning of it's talking about her rolling one up, and then it goes into just about, but I like the way you roll, and it's a freaking awesome song. So, and the chicken, it's got that Higher's got the baddest voice I've ever heard of a reggae chick for sure. So, and I'd never heard this before. So, but now I've listened to like 5 or 6 songs and I'm a huge fan. So I've already got a song for next week's topic because of her. So anyways, number 4, and it's Hirie. So I don't even know if that's how you say it, but Hirie. Yeah. So, my number 4 I've figured out how to get Slightly Stupid into a couple songs, but this is Stick Figures featuring Slightly Stupid, and it's World on Fire. And it's like a song. It's kind of one of those, it could have maybe gone into the sad side of it, but the way it's done, it's not sad. It's, partying through the world on fire, but it's talking about everything, the things that are going wrong, and but still it's a cool song. If you've never heard it, if you've never heard Slightly Stupid or Stick Figures, and you're looking for something different, check them out.
I was looking to see which one. There's one that I was telling you that I love by Slightly Stupid, but
you didn't find it before. Okay,
no, I didn't even look. I was getting other things ready.
Well, that's my last Slightly Stupid involved song, but we've got another Stick Figures on my honorable mention, but nope, I don't got them on the rest. My number 3. Again, kind of fitting I Like the Way You Roll. This is Common Kings, and it's Marijuana. And the whole song is Mary wanna party, Mary wanna get down, and but it's Mary wanna go to town, and marijuana. It's and it's the way they do it. It's awesome. And again, before this I'd heard some Common Kings, but not. I was more like, if I was like Cottonmouth Kings, but they actually sing a lot about this. No,
the same subject.
Yeah, weirdly. But they have a bunch of cool stuff, and it's a lot of that same style. So, my number 2, I got to get him in here. It's Dirty Heads. And this song, the reason I got it in, because this will be the 3rd time I've used it, but a different version of it. And I was playing it when I pulled up to Josh's tonight, but it's Life's Been Good by Dirty Heads. Yeah. And they got like their own, they only use the chorus. Everything else is theirs. So it's awesome. But then when it goes into the Life's Been Good so far, it's just like the Eminem version that I used. The lyrics that they use are just fucking awesome. Yeah. And that would be one of their truest true reggae songs too, because he's going reggae, he's trying to like go full on, reggae when he's doing that one. So, and then my number 1, this is the song that got me into reggae. It's the first reggae song I ever heard. My buddy Johnny's mom, who got me into Jano, I love you. You're passed away out there watching. I know you are, because you love music, but she got me into the Doors. I was just a Beatles guy, and I'm like, Beatles. And she's like, Beatles are good. Beatles are great. Have you heard of the Doors? Check this out. This is going to blow your mind, especially if you like where the Beatles started going, because the Doors are there, So, anyways, but it was Bob Marley, and I couldn't leave him off. It's Jammin'. I mean, there's a quintessential, and I told him I was going to do and it's not even his most famous song, but if there's a quintessential reggae song, it's Jammin', because that is what reggae is. It's just, I just want to be jamming with you. It's just about people together and just fucking jamming. There's not fights at their concerts. There's not, it's just fucking jamming,
jamming right near the beach, man.
Like if we were all just jamming, I'd be doing a lot better. Me and Smoothie, my bestest buddy, wouldn't be having an argument about politics if we were just jamming.
Yeah. That's like definitely one of the staples. I was listening to it while I was looking for other reggae songs.
I was gonna, I'll be honest with you, my number 1, and I won't do it because just in case, but it was another Marley. and it was actually my number one, and I took it off because I couldn't put the other Marley on before and not put literally the guy that, at least in the United States, made reggae possible. So
I got you.
And that dude performed, like, I found so much Marley stuff where he was I watched him like perform with a country band, a freaking like a rock and roll band, that hardcore, I can't remember their name now, but they're out of New York, and they were like a 70s, they were all black, like heavy metal band. And he's doing some stuff with them.
Yeah.
God damn it, I can't remember their name because I got into them for a while, but they were all, I mean, they were like on the punk and hardcore scene before there was a punk and hardcore scene, man.
Yeah, there's another band with their same name, so I don't know how it worked, but yeah.
Okay. That's my list. I'm excited. Sorry, I was so excited about reggae.
No, you're fine. Be excited.
I was geeked when he said reggae. I was trying to be like, can we use island music? I was like,
well, I tried watching the Marley One Love. I was preoccupied, so I didn't get a chance to get into it. So I got to revisit it. But I caught the scene where he had the bass player from that was recording with. I can't remember who he was recording with. Someone famous, pop star at the time. Ray Charles, wasn't Ray Charles, Stevie Wonder maybe. And so Bob, the guy playing Bob, but they're in the studio, and he's like, yeah, that's good, man, but can you make it vibe a little bit more?
Yeah.
So I don't, like I said, I phased out and was working on something, probably painting, and so I didn't see how it turned out for that bass player with Bob. But
it's crazy when you start searching him, like the amount of it wasn't just his music, like the good stuff that dude did, and like just this I mean, like his music and positive message. And he also talked about a lot of bad things going on, and he was a civil rights guy through some of his music and all of the stuff, I mean, breaking barriers and all that, but he still was like with a positive vibe, man, like we can do it together or whatever. So I was always down with that. It was easy for me. It was easy for me. All right, we ready to spin?
Ready to spin.
I can't go again.
Gotta go again. I pay Coach $20 a week just to make sure I go last.
You were first last week, but I do have 5 more if I had to go again, just so we know.
Yeah, I was like my reggae list. There are reggae songs that just came to mind when you brought up this subject. And so I just did those. And then I listened to some other reggae folks and just kind of found sort of what was going on just modernly and presently. But they're not on my list because they weren't my top 5. So
all mine were newer. Well, I say not all of them. Some of them were older, newer.
Yeah. So my first one is going to be, now Rita Marley had a whole career.
Yeah, she
like besides Bob, and she stood on her own. She had her own success, and so I wanted to definitely give her props as far as what she did. And my one of my favorite songs by her that I play in my non-smoking ass life is "One Draw," which is essentially about finding the man and get what you need, and then going for it, So, and it's so chill and it's so cool. And then she starts the song off with little children asking questions in school. And then like she goes and finds the guy. And I was like, yeah, children are stressful. So that's why I really like that song also. So that's it. One of the classics that I went ahead and put on the account or on the, I'm sorry, I'm still at work in my head, that I put on the list. Was Sister Nancy, and she has a song called Bomb Bomb. And I heard this in a movie a while ago. I don't know which movie it was, but somebody was getting terribly murdered in this movie, and that song was playing sweetly in the background.
Yeah.
So, and then it just goes bum 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 beat up bum bum, and then it's the most chill, soothing song. I have no idea what it's about, but there's something just a little bit eerie about it, just a little bit. And I love it. I just
Was it eerie before the movie scene there?
No.
Just now after the fact?
Yeah.
Well, I had to listen to it with without the context of the murder scene here.
Yeah. Now it's just like what is it? Jeepers Creepers.
Yeah.
Every time that song comes on, it's like, oh my God, these guys are weird. So I got that. Next one, I had to put Bob Marley on here also. And one of the songs that was an inspiration for me and a whole lot of people was War. And one of my favorite scenes, or one of my favorite stories about that song, was when Sinead O'Connor had done her thing and ripped up the picture of the Pope. Yeah. And then the next concert she was at, everybody was booing her. And so instead of singing the song that she was supposed to sing, she recited the lyrics, some of the lyrics from War. And that's the first time that I ever heard of that song. So I didn't look it up. I had to buy a tape later on in life, and then I heard it, and then I put it all together. So it's definitely a message. One of those things to where if we could ever just get ourselves together to just stop all of this madness, it would be amazing. So it's hope and it's faith, and it would be possible if more people just weren't so consumed with power.
Yeah.
So
it's intoxicating though. So
yeah,
I don't think I hate to be the guy going to looking for sad reggae, but I'm that
guy. I want to cry tonight. Number 4, UB40, Red Wine.
Oh yeah.
Yep. That's reggae.
Oh yeah, that's reggae. I was looking at a lot of modern songs, and UB40 is just classic. It's one of the songs that I grew up with, and it's not about nothing. It's just like, you want some, yeah.
Good vibe.
You want some wine? Here's some wine. We're gonna do something different this time.
At that time, you couldn't really get airplay with broccoli, so they had to talk about red wine. So
yeah, and red wine is good. I like red wine. All right, so this last one is a newer one. I think maybe it's like 6 or 7 years old. And I hope I say their names right, but it's Shaka Demus and Pliers. And it's Murder, She Wrote. And if there is any song that is going to get me to shake my butt, it's that one. I heard it out, like I just had a playlist on. It came on randomly in my front room. And then I went in the front room and I was like, who are these people and what is this magic song?
I think it's a cover. I'm not, if they're newer, because I was in my older, I remember seeing Murder, She Wrote.
Murder, She
Wrote.
The
first thing I thought about was Jessica Lansbury. I was like, what? The crazy old lady that solving murders.
She was backup vocals.
So I think it's a cover. I'll do some research on it, but
it might be. But yeah, it goes Murder, She Wrote, Murder, She Wrote, and then continues on.
Yeah, I don't think I listened to it. But I remember the title.
Oh yeah, yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, definitely check it out. Maybe we'll do a playlist. I've been slacking. It's been really hard getting back into business mode with everything after vacation. Part of my editing app on my phone, all the good things that I use daily, they switched it over to the Pro plan. So now I gotta buy it to use all that shit, and I'll do it eventually because I like using it. But it's like, just like silently raging against the machine right now, damning the man.
Stupid corporations.
Yeah, freaking $80 a year for. I'm like, but it's got cool shit, and I mean, all the pro stuff is super cool, and so I was like I said, I got projects coming up that I might use them on, and so I'm like, yeah, I'll go ahead and do it.
Yeah, I got upset when I had to pay for I have to pay for Adobe, and it's a yearly subscription, and I was like, why can't I just buy it?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
But that's
don't
the
think-
list.
I'm sorry, I was doing some research and I don't think it is a cover. I think they wrote it. It might have been covered, but Wikipedia's got a whole thing about it, man. It's awesome.
When did it come out?
It
It
was
might have been them I seen it.
It said it's 6 years to produce, but it was like 93.
Okay, so it may have-
1993.
Yeah.
Oh my God! I thought it was like
actually it was
brand-
first released in 1992 and again late 93, reaching number 27.
Oh wow!
It's
Well-
often used at weddings, barbecues. The song's about abortion. It was revealed in the third verse. Blah blah blah. So,
Yeah, that's about
at
right.
weddings. Wow.
well, I
Definitely
don't think.
gonna listen to this song because
I was going to say you have to
skimmed
probably
past
dig, obviously you have to dig deep.
it. All right, Coach is spinning. All right. My first taste of, reggae was probably Sublime, like Coach was talking about, and then I found Marley later. But we were talking before, like I said, we hung out a minute, and I remember walking into Barleycorns when it was cool, like way back in the late '90s, early 2000s, when the bar still smelled of piss, just this permanent piss smell. I don't know how long your tour at Barleycorns was, Sontia, but back then when I was like 20, 21, 22, all that whole bar, it just had this piss smell.
And it had a terrible sound system. And Kirby's had a terrible sound system too.
I miss the piss smell. It's just not Barleycorns without it. That's why I just can't, I love the legendary Barleycorns. I'm not talking any shit. And if you don't like piss smells, it's a perfect place for you. But it's not the piss smell. It's just the fact that so much good stuff happened there at that bar. And every time I'm like, did somebody just fucking piss here? But we stumbled in there one night, like I said, the late 1900s, early 2000s, and there's a steel drum band playing, just like five Jamaican looking dudes, steel drums, just freaking going to town. The place was packed, and it was amazing. And that's what really spawned my love for it. I don't know a lot of bands, reggae bands, but like I said, all the playlists I've listened to this week, there isn't one song that I was just like, ooh, it was all good. You don't have to know. I don't know half of the names, so it's like I said, good vibes. We'll start with the sad one. We'll start with the sad one though.
They're not all sad.
No, the Gladiators, which I don't know what year it was. This was an early, this was the early, probably before Marley, and but Rebel or Soul Rebel, and it's just, it's a good song. Soul Rebel, and the fact that context of using the rebel other than with the South, just seeing that the word, because I've always considered myself a rebel, but not the rebel from the South. I've always been a rebel, so just to see it in a context that wasn't there was pretty cool. Number 4 is Soja with Michael Franti and Nako.
Okay.
I believe. And this one is very positive, very upbeat. Newer. It's I don't know how old, but I fell in love with Soja. There's whole albums that I could just sit there and listen to. And they've made, I think, a list or two time before. I don't remember what one. But then we'll go with some Dirty Heads. I was puckering a little bit, but Sloth Revenge is my favorite song, hands down by them.
Awesome song.
Yeah. And I gotta, there's some kind of something shack, Jimmy Shookin' Shack. But it's like a venue, and they do live streams, and so that I got caught on watching a lot of bands from there. And this next one, Little Strangers, the band Coffee and a Joint, which I know it's made it
that was on my honorable mention, and I almost had it on my list. That's a freaking awesome song. I'm not a coffee guy. It's the only reason it didn't make it.
Yeah. That's how I found them too. Sugar Shack. I'm pretty sure it's Sugar Shack. But my number one is they kind of coined the term reggae.
Mm-hmm.
This was early mid '60s, I would say, and it's Toots and the Maytals,
Mm-hmm.
and it's do the reggae, but instead of the E at the end, it's spelled with a Y. So I don't know why they, changed that throughout the years, because it's way harder to fucking spell. I'm like, is the E first or the A first? I don't know.
I know, right?
Always got to Google it. But, and again, it's a good feeling. Only one sad one made the list. My two other sad ones I had was Ray Darwin, which was again before Marley, was People Choices, and this next one was Israel Vibration. Same song.
Yep.
Israel Vibration, same song.
Yep. And it's really good.
It's not the same as Digital Underground's version.
No. Totally not the same at all. I mean, I'll have to go back to listen to see if there was any sampling done, but
no, because it's all around the world, same song.
Yeah,
I've been all around the world.
Well, they may have used some of the pieces to make the song.
Maybe.
That's how they got away with it back in the day. Use just little bitty pieces of all these songs and then just cram them on top of each other, and then nobody knows. Only got to pay them a smaller royalty. I don't know how it works.
I think you get the first 30 seconds free or something like that. I do. I think it's like,
you don't get the first 30 seconds free. You get 0 seconds free.
I had honorable mention. I had Damian Marley, My Sweet Lord. That freaking song is awesome. It's a newer song. And it is so freaking just, I don't know, man. I've been listening to that one a bunch lately. And then Fire on the Horizon, Stick Figures with Prince Fatty is a freaking awesome song, because they just keep talking about there's a fire on the horizon, but they're still, we got time, there's a fire on the horizon, keep going or whatever, so.
Yeah.
I think Ziggy and Damon are probably of all the sons. I don't think he's got any daughters that do it, does he? But I think he may. I don't know.
There's about 30 Marleys that are.
There's 10 of them.
Yes.
Every time they show family
Damien would be
definitely
like, the more commercial ones, or whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I can't think of all the names, but yeah, they were my two of my favorite sons anyhow.
Mm-hmm. Man, my honorable mentions. So as we were talking about Lenny Kravitz, he has this song called Love Is My Religion, and so does Ziggy Marley. So when I passed that, I was like, hey, that's not Lenny Kravitz. And I listened to it, and it is an awesome song. I really like it.
Yeah.
And then I had Sean Paul, Temperature. Is that?
Yeah.
That's what's up.
I can't think of it off the top of my head, but
he goes,
I can imagine.
I got the right temperature to shelter you from the storm. Oh,
the dub, the club beats, right?
Oh yeah. That has a reggae island. Anything wet is in that song.
Oh, I'm not blushing. You're blushing.
I need to go to bed on this Saturday evening.
Yes, Saturday.
Saturday.
Yay. I think next week, Sontia, we're going to talk top 5 female singers.
Yeah.
I think we touched on it. I think we've done it, haven't we, Coach?
No, we haven't done top 5 women.
I'm pretty sure we did.
About it.
Mm-hmm.
I've worked. I don't think so. Maybe I'll look back, but I didn't think so. I know I've always tried to work Dido into anything that I can, and this will make it easy.
Yeah.
Well, I think
maybe
one
we
of
did,
us,
I remember I did a Grace Vanderwall. I don't remember.
I think it was only 2 of us. There, it was either before Sontia joined full time or.
Well, we shouldn't have done it. Now it's time.
Yeah, now it's time. I'm not going to go back and look at my list. I'm just going to start straight from scratch. So anybody out there listening be like, well, you didn't pick them last time. And I'm like, well, that was a different time,
Yeah, my top 5 changes every day, yo.
Yeah, exactly.
Top 5 friends, top 5 anything could change.
Old Tom with the top 5, man. That was great. Somebody pissed you off, you just moved them off the top 5.
Gone.
You're not on there now.
Like
7.
on
7.
MySpace.
I've only got 9 friends, and you're 7.
God, I miss MySpace.
MySpace.
I loved how you
That
could
was so
have
much
music
simpler.
playing.
So much simpler times when it was just MySpace.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Oh
still.
my
There was no
God.
algorithms.
Yeah.
Oh, it was great.
Yeah.
It was great.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get back to arguing over here with my bestie. I'm gonna go eat some
Okay.
pizza, and
Okay.
it was fun hanging out with you guys on this Saturday night.
Remember that neither one of you are right.
I know.
Okay.
No matter what, we're wrong. I know. I don't even know why I argue anymore. Well, because one of them. We'll just stop now. We'll stop now. One of them.
We'll
This
be
has
back.
been the quick
What you
podcast.
say?
Stop.
It was a great show. It was so wonderful. People loved it. It was one of the best shows. We're going to be bigly watched. The most famous. Such big crowds. Go for music lovers only.
Fake news.
Fake news. All right. Have a good night. We'll be back next week. We'll get with we'll figure it out.
Peace, y'all.
All right. Good night.